into a game store looking for some fun, but the deck I found nearly made me turn and run. Cards full of chaos, mayhem and dismay, singing, hey diddle diddle, your game's going astray. It's a deck of mini triggers, oh it ain't for the faint of heart. Draw a card, lose your mind, watch your whole world fall apart. From going to quirks to curses, it'll shake up your campaign. The deck of many triggers gonna drive you insane. Drew a card and suddenly I quadrupled in size. Now I'm huffing and I'm puffing, can barely open my eyes. My armor's busted open, my sword feels like a toothpick. This ain't nobody positive, it's just plain old mean trick. It's a deck of many triggers, oh it ain't for the faint of heart. Draw a card, lose your mind, watch your whole world fall apart. Next thing you know, blood's just a memory. Health bars floating overhead like some video game theory. Can't bleed till you're indoors, then it's a horror show. Organ spilling, flesh appealing, that's how the game will go. Then suddenly facts don't matter anymore. Change your stats to fit your views, leave the GM sore. Shout fake news at every turn, feelings are what count. Check your privilege, bucko, as the tensions start to mount. It's a deck of many triggers, oh it ain't for the faint of heart. Draw a card, lose your mind, watch your whole world fall apart. Now I can't touch no one, kept 6 feet away. Can't shake, can't high five on this cursed game day. And don't get me started on giving away all my loot, leaving me with empty pockets, no chance for pursuit. Some effects are so spicy they might clear out the room, talking about identity, privilege and doom. But we're here to roll some dice and slay a dragon or two, not argue about real life, that ain't what we came to do. This deck's got more triggers than a gun show in Texas, stirring up more trouble than a tornado in Kansas. From PC culture to gore galore, it's one wild ride. Better buckle up, partners, and take it all in stride. So next time you're gaming and things seem too tame, just draw from this deck and watch your friends go insane. But remember, partner, when you're feeling triggered and sore, it's just a game after all, don't take it too serious, y'all. And things seem too tame, just draw from this deck and watch your friends go insane. But remember, partner, when you're feeling triggered and sore, it's just a game after all, don't take it too serious, y'all.
Okay.
So, Miguel, I came up with an idea for a new card. I'm going to send you on Twitter here, so I feel like it's something that we're really missing in the deck, if I be completely frank with you. I don't know how familiar you are with the buck bleaking meme, but I think we can make it work. You know, have you ever seen? Was it the Leing? You know, we're in the Leing where they have to like give the VHS tapes to people, you know what I mean, like pass on the cards. I think you could probably do that, but with like, you know, a big group of very angry men with massive elections, you know, and you have to keep passing it on. I think you could build a quest around that, guys. Just saying, you know, you see what I said you there?
Sounds good.
I think we can make it work.
I think the problem that we are finding, and I see when we start talking about the cards on Twitter, is that because when we started first drawing the cards, it was some months ago, so new things kept come popping up, and we were like, oh my god, we need a card for this.
I know. You know what it is? It's like it's the trouble that Denver always has, because like see reading through like Chalkbook 1 or 2. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? You can clearly tell he's referencing something, but what he is referencing is beyond me. I've got no idea what the fuck he's trying to make a joke over. I feel like we're going to have to make an index, but that's what I kind of wanted to go for. I kind of wanted to go for more universal memes, you know, stuff that, like, you know, an ultimate example. What was that? Your woman the other day with a knife in the hallway. You watched the video?
Black woman with a knife.
Yeah. I mean, that's perfect opportunity for a card, but give it 2 months, no one's going to remember that. It's the same thing as that American fellow that set himself on fire in front of the embassy, like what, 6 months ago, you know, kind of forgotten about now, sadly. And I suppose that's the nature of the deck itself, you know. Kind of want to. It's too. It's that's. I thought that was one of the biggest problems with it. It's too current event, you know what I mean? Which is a bit of a shame. But
Yeah, that's true.
what can you say? Anyway. So what do we have in store for tonight? What's the plan of action? What do you?
So let's go back to the start of this. Of course, the name implies immediately that the plan started with the deck of many things.
Yeah.
But it's probably not just that.
I think what if so the first time I was talking about with Garbo was it was one of those Ginny, I can't remember what it was, but Ginny D trying to talk about X cards. This is about like a year and a half ago now. And I was like, mate, that fucking see people that talk about like X cards stuff, that triggers me. Like genuinely, like, you know, it's kind of weird how that works because they're like, oh no, I don't want to get triggered. It's like the way you're getting behaving fucking you know what I mean? It actually it sends you into like an uncontrollable rage almost. And I was like, you know what, that triggers me. It's like, how can we work this? And then there was a few fellas that got really uppity for laughing at her. He was like, you guys are awful. It's like, well, you know what? Instead of like, you know, I know you guys are bad for it. You guys in Garbo are wild for it. Like I don't engage with people a lot of the time. You know, whenever people are trying to give us grief or whatever, I'm like, right, okay, how can I monetize this? How can I make some shekels out of this situation? You know, and I suppose you guys did that with the big men, I suppose, you know?
Oh yeah.
You know, well, I mean, like, you know, the thing is that was going to happen. Like, you know, it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, it was.
You guys were not meant for drive.
No.
You guys are not built for drive.
Sooner or later it will happen.
It was, and that's the biggest problem I think it is when it comes to any form of working online. It's like you have to be an anti-fragile is the most important thing you can do, and I think that's kind of a few people were asking me, it's like, James, why are you not doing this on Kickstarter? It's like, well, first of all, I don't want to get banned. That would be really nice. I don't like as much fun as that would be. I don't want to get banned over a shitpost, something that I'm not emotionally invested in per se. Like, is it a fun project? Yeah. Is it a bit of fun? Yeah. Is it something that I care very deeply about? Not really, guys. It's a bit of a joke. It's not something that I've poured any of my heart and soul into and be like, oh, mate, this is going to be amazing. I love this. Like, everything about it is going to be great. It's going to be the best book ever. It's a funny gag project, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what it comes down to. But by doing it on Giant Slayer, with any luck, it might open the doors to more crowdfunding on that website down the road, which would be very, very nice.
If you mentioned that, I'm going to show here where you can support the project. The link for Giant Slayer Games. It's a game store, and they are doing their first crowdfunding.
Hopefully it works out. Hopefully, you know what I mean? One of those ones. However, I am very thankful that even if we don't make the funding, by the time that time runs out, we can change it. So it'll finish whenever we just hit funding. At the minute, I think I've spent about $1,200 on the project so far. Tormel, the artist, he needs $2,500 minimum. Otherwise, he's just like, mate, it's too much work. I'm not doing this. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a shame you can't just get like artists as big. Do you want to work for free? Can I pay you an exposure? It's like, no, don't be silly. It's like, fine. You guys take money? What? And then of course the actual cost of production. So that's what the 6,500 is. If once we hit that, then we know we're in the clear. You know, so we'll just find out from there. Taking damage. I think that's one of Garbo's cards. Actually, I think he has Agoraphobic, I believe that's one of his cards. So, you know, there you go. And again, that's also one of the other things we're kind of trying to do as well. Let's be serious. The deck would get you into trouble if people looked through it. People that are not meant to lead it, it's going to get you into fucking issue. You know what I mean? That's the same problem you had with men. You know what I mean?
Have you considered this option? Paying in loot chickens, maybe? I don't
know. I don't know. It's South African, the artist. Yeah. I call him my white devil. So I do, by the way, because he's like the most oppressive class of human being that ever known to mankind. But no. Anyway, look, it's one of those ones. We'll see how it goes. But I do like to try and keep the majority of the cards hitting. Like, we've shown 10 promo cards, and they are on the lighter end of the spectrum. Let's be serious. They're not exactly the most outrageous, are they? By any means, I would call them fucking mild. Honestly, if I didn't know, if I didn't know the other cards, I would call them fucking weak personally. But I mean, look, guys, I don't want to get banned. I've already got one leg out the door.
You mean banned from where?
Well, I haven't been banned, which I'm surprised about, but I am on my legs out. So when it comes to me with YouTube, with YouTube, I only do a video a week with Garbro, and then I do a video a week with my wife on Termini Online. I've got another baby coming. The baby will be born in March, and I think me and her are going to be giving up YouTube. So we are, and around the time the baby's being born, or before that, where we're going to keep doing the paywall stuff. Like we do videos behind paywalls, and honestly, it's the best thing I ever fucking did, because it means you can say all the dirty slurs, and you don't need to worry, and you can talk about the women and the very beautiful women in pretty dresses, and who else can you talk about? All the other secret counts. You know what I mean? You guys are wild for it. I don't know how the fuck you guys get away with it half the time. Like, Sylvia, I see your Twitter. I see your fucking Twitter, and it's like, fucking Twitter! You know what I mean? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
We cannot advertise in Twitter. Yeah, we can. That's the problem. Now we cannot pay for advertising. No, you are naughty.
No,
use bad words.
Yeah.
There was a point when people were telling me, "Oh, but are you using your real name for this? Shouldn't you?" It's like, I'm showing my fucking face in the maybe, but I'm showing But I Google myself, and there's another Sylvia Clement. There's a politician somewhere, so there's appears a lot. So I'm like, yes, I'm covered. You're not gonna find me.
Let me check that. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, last time that I checked, there was
Let me check with your former Minister of Agriculture and Livestock. Oh, what's Spanish? Okay.
You can make it work.
Yeah.
But,
interesting.
One of those ones. I don't know how you guys do it. Like,
you don't have sound now. You don't have sound now, Sylvia.
No, I wasn't saying anything. Can you hear me now?
No. But yeah, so how has life treated you post drive-through?
Awful. For some time it was kind of stable, but now it's going.
But only the last 2 months.
But I feel like what happened was we kept an audience, but the problem is the audience was from this audience. Most people are not going to buy everything.
Yeah, and also I think the biggest problem is it's a lack of growth. Like, you've got a good audience, but it's a hope managed to keep them for like months, years, and all that. Honestly, so what I've been moving more and more into, which honestly it saves me so much hassle. You know what? Actually, let me send you this. I'll send you this. So I run quite a few different faceless online stores, and they all make money through Facebook ads, so they do. So this is on point, actually. Let me save this, and I will send it to you. I think this is pretty funny, actually. Here, you like this? Cue the music. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, there we go. Let me send you. And if you want, you can read it out. I don't know if you can read it out on where all you're streaming to, but here you go. So this is an email that I got from a random customer the other day. And again, like, when it comes to like faceless e-com businesses, like, they come with their own other different hosts of problems and abilities. This would give me a good laugh, though, if I be honest with you. If you want to go for it.
I'm checking it now.
Yeah, I suppose you might have to scan over it before you post it.
Okay, I think I can share it. I'm going to share the screen. Let me check that. Yeah. Okay. Is it sharing now? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should have that up on YouTube, man, either. To be honest with you. So yeah, there you go. That's lovely emails. lovely people, but You know what I mean? Again, one of those ones. At least when it comes to like this more faceless end of the spectrum, you're dealing with people like it's a lot more impersonal. You know what I mean? It's like you leave the email. Right, okay, let me just copy and paste that into ChatGPT and give them, you know what I mean? It's like, right, let's respond to that and that call it a day. You don't have to really care that much about them, you know what I mean? It's like, did you get your product? Did you get what you paid for? Yeah. Okay, now fuck off then. You know what I mean? There you go, job done. Whereas when it comes to like more like personality, face-based stuff, you have to actually genuinely like interact with them. You know what I mean? And you got a lot more people bitching and moaning at you over like the most ridiculous things you've ever heard about. You know what I mean? Like, what was the most ridiculous one you've got hit with recently?
Interesting. Well, I never tried Facebook advertising. I mean, I tried and it didn't work. For
It's
us,
hard. It does take a bit of. It took me. I spent about $1,500 dollars in and around that learning how to use them. But then once I actually got the hang of it, it's been pretty good since then. However, there is definitely a skill curve to it, and because I actually kept going with it, what happens if I give up after 600? What happens if I give up after 700 and I never actually learned how to use them in the end? And it's like, well, but again, I'm selling normie products. I'm not doing anything tabletop RPG related. And again, because it is, RPGs are so much more
yeah, it might be that the
niche.
problem here.
And also, you're going to have a lot of people in the comments being, "Did you guys know that these guys are fascists? These guys are bigots. These guys are like, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck off, man. Honestly, the good thing about it is, whenever you do get anyone gurned in the comments, you can just block them. It's like, I don't want you to see my ads. I'm not paying for you to see them. You know what I mean? There you go, job done. Sweet, instant returns. Whereas it's a bit different when it comes to, when not organic traffic. Let's just say,
Yeah, we had that experience in some Facebook groups that we were posting, and the only comment that we had of people saying exactly that: "You are fascists."
You guys are Nazis. Fuck off, man. The thing is, what I love about that is they use it that much. It doesn't mean anything. Like, what does the term Nazi mean at this point? I feel like turning around to them and just be like, Yes, I am. What are you going to do about it? I'm so tempted to, but I'm like, oh, fuck, no, that wouldn't look very good. No, there's going to be some dickheads that actually do think I'm being serious there. It's like, oh, I'm going to have to work.
They have no sense. They don't know irony and sarcasm.
Yeah. There's going to be too many people that aren't going to get it and be like, oh my God, is he actually? Oh, fuck, that's not good. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's like, all right, fine then. Sure, whatever. Whatever makes you happy. It means not to them. Yeah. Well, you know what? Like, you're right. You're not wrong there. But anyway, so it's not been kind to you then. And that's the other problem I think I've got, where there's no good alternative I see with, like, don't get me wrong, like Big Geek Emporium, Giant Slayer, they're trying, but they don't have the traffic the drive-thru has. Let's be serious. And the other biggest problem I see is everyone is at each other's fucking throats all day, every day. Like, I was talking to Lord Matthew about this for ages, and I was really, really interested in the idea of, well, do you want to make like a third-party website, and like, we'll see what we can do. We had all these plans, and we were going through everything, and then it came to the point where I was like, fuck you guys. I don't. I am not wasting my time. I am not putting my fucking heart and soul into working on something so we can all get along and be nice. It's like, there's too many dickheads. Everyone's just fucking constant. Do you know what I mean? It's just too much. It's too much for me. I'm just not cut out for it.
I think some people should see this as this is well, not for everybody, but a lot, at least for us, is a business. So you're not going to get along well with everybody. But the point is, you're not being friends. So you have a personal relationship. And some people have told us, oh, but Pandit said bad things about you when didn't defend you when you were kicked off of drive-thru, and you still are friends with him. Well, we have a business relationship with him. I'm not going to stop having it because he said things that were not very nice. Like,
are you telling me that you can have
only work with people I can relate to or can have, and I don't have.
You can have like you don't have to burn bridges with absolutely every single person you've ever met on the internet. Nah, don't be silly. No, you guys don't get it. That's not how it works. If you have even the slightest disagreement with someone, they're obviously the devil and Nazis. Did you guys not know that? Like, they're obviously Nazis. Like, that's just how it is. It's just the way it is. I don't make up the rules, guys. I don't make up the rules. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm actually pretty lucky. Like, see, when it comes to the deck of triggers, I think we've only had a few people bitching and moaning so far, and one of them was a furry. The other one was a neon tiefling, and the other one was full of alphabet rainbow flags all over their like bio and whatnot. And it's like, excellent. This is my customer. This is who I want. So one of those ones. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised about that, if I'll be honest with you.
I like the one that said, "Oh, you are making your." I think because you had a video that had Ginny, right? Ginny D. Oh, you're exposing your work on the. I think that thing of other companies.
Because I haven't made now. You know what? I'm not going to bitch and moan about Jenny D. All I'm going to say about Jenny is I was very, very nice to her. I never said a bad word about her, and she blocked me on Twitter. And that is where I decided, fuck you. I didn't do shit to you. What do you mean you fucking blocked? I felt.
Do you want do you want to say anything bad about her right now?
Nah, I wouldn't bother. Like, honestly, she's in a hell of her own. Have you ever watched any of her videos, man? Like,
nope.
She's not having fun. She's not having fun. I can tell you that much. Like, she is not.
She's making money, right?
Yeah, well, she's making money. Like, I'll give her that. But like, fuck, there's better ways to make money.
Also, she was probably having more fun when she was a mermaid cosplayer, right? That's what she was before. That's pretty sad.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. You know what? Like, I'm not our target audience. This is what I love the most as well. Like, see, whenever I get anytime any of these people come up, they always be like, "Well, you know what, James? You're an incel." It's like, I've got a child. I have a child. What do you want from me? You know what I mean? Like, fuck me, man.
And the wife, because that's also important.
I've got a wife. We've been together for fucking 11 years. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, I'm sorry. Like, she just doesn't do it for me, okay? I'm sorry.
She's very mid. Or whatever you say.
Yeah.
Just, no.
No idea why people
want furry money. You want furry money?
Yeah.
Oh, here's Termel, the artist. There you go. My white devil has arrived, so he has. I just noticed that.
I like his work. I didn't know him before, but I've contacted him on Twitter and said if he wants to do some work later when he's finished.
I really like his stuff, Sweaty. It's very he can do a lot of different styles, so he can, and he's a decent price as well, which goes down well.
That's
the price. You know what I mean? Fuck.
Christian here with a comment about the furry man. So he's also the guy that is doing our comics and did other work for us. So he knows all about furry money.
That's some work for
you know what?
Let's pay the bills.
You know what? Like, I can laugh at furries all I want, but like, I sold I don't know. I'll send you like the non-good version. Will I? Actually, no. I'll send you the good version. So this was one of my most popular models for a very long time. So it was, and it probably still was. Actually, I'll send it here. And I don't think you can put it on the screen for obvious reasons, but like you can definitely see where the money was being made. Let's see. Can I get you a non-lewd version, maybe? Oh, there we go. I can get you the one that doesn't have tits.
Well, we're not monetized. That is we have that. I don't think we could be monetized because then we would have to control ourselves.
No, I can't send you. I can't. Oh, fuck. Never mind. Either way. Look, she has very large venom sacs. Let's just say. I would say that model alone. I would say over the course of.
Looks nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you can definitely see the appeal. Like I can see why people are buying it. I can definitely understand that. Where was I going? Yeah, I think I've sold. I would say in total.
Isn't this your wife?
No. Oh, there's Megan. Me too. Yeah. What's Megan on? What's she watching on? Is she on? She's on YouTube, so she is. I would say we probably sold about maybe £4,000 to £5,000 worth of just that one model alone. So like, you know, I can't say nothing when it comes to furry money. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, you guys are fucked up and all, but the money's pretty sweet, not gonna lie. But again, I'm kind of like done when it comes to like talking about. I used to do so many furry stories all the time, but I've kind of just got to the point where it's like, so they fucked the dog again. What can I what where do you go with that? Like, you know, where do you go? Like, yeah, the furries fucked their dog to death again. Oh, I'm so shocked by that. How could this have ever happened? You know what? It's kind of like, if I leave children with pedophiles, only good things are going to happen. You know, that nothing bad would ever happen. Like, I'm going to leave children with drag queen story arc. Like, that sounds like a great idea. Okay, sure, whatever. You know what I mean? Fuck me, man. You know, that's where I'm at when it comes to it all. I'm kind of just beyond the point of Karen when it comes to half the stuff that I see. You know, it's like, well, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what they want. You know, that's, yeah.
Where does Starmail live? It's already night.
He's South African, so he is.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my white devil.
Oh, that's why it's in because it's in it's in Africa. It's the same with Chris. He's in Philippines.
Yeah.
The third world artist.
Easier to find them in the third world.
Yeah, you're going to get the third world ones. Like, you know,
yeah.
to be fair, I think most of the artists I've got for Death March have all been Filipino, come to think of it. So, you know, there you go. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, look, they get stuff done at least. You know, I'll give them that. Like,
So, how are your other projects going?
Well, I'm not as fast as you guys. I can tell you that, guy.
Yeah.
That right out the bat, I'm just not like. See the way you guys can pump out books. I'm like, what? No, that's just not possible for me. What I will say is, so I'm mostly doing faceless online stores at the minute, that are not connected to RPG, mostly because there's just so much more money. Like, it's the amount of money when it comes to like normie products is just insane. It's not even comparable. So that's where I've been spending most of my focus and like most of my energy, because again, I'm having another child soon, so it's one of those ones like, yeah, I'm gonna have to work on stuff that actually like the serious business sort of stuff. But Death March is, I would say, the quick start rules are finished, and they have been for a while. I'm still working on the formatting and the full rule book. The problem that I've got with it is, so it's World War One, and anytime I try to write anything, or anytime I try to do like adventures for it, I ask myself, is this gay fan fiction? And a lot of the time, it turns out I am gay fan fiction, and I just can't live with myself. I just feel like, oh my god, this is fucking. What am I doing? I feel like I've been going in this for the past like 6 months or so. Everything that I do, it just feels, well, it's not homoerotic. Well, you know what? Actually, I will talk about something that is homoerotic. What's not homoerotic? World War One. Do you want to hear a terrible statistic? So World War One, everyone always talks about like trench foot. Trench foot's one of those big ones that everyone always brings up. Like, you know, oh, horrible. Like, you know, you get zombie foot essentially. That sounds pretty horrible. Now, I only know the English statistics. So 70,000 British soldiers suffered from trench foot throughout all the war, right? However, I came across another horrible statistic, which is a lot worse, and it was 50,000. Oh no, sorry, not 50,000. 500,000, 500,000 suffered from syphilis. So that sounds like a monster to me. I think I can make a monster around that. I think a French prostitute, the syphilis monster with, like, you know, tentacles coming out of her underwear. That's gonna work for me. You know, I think that's definitely something that I'm gonna work on. That's probably the most depraved thing that I've done in a while. What's the most depraved thing you guys have done? I couldn't really tell you. Like, you know, what have you guys been up to? Is anything like sexual Holocaust tier related?
Not really. That's basically a murder mystery. It's called Sexual Holocaust because there are some sexual demons, but it's just we don't have anything really scandalous.
Oh man!
Yeah,
It's probably
people get triggered very easily.
Yeah, that's just it's mostly
well,
believing
I'm
that-
going to say that in the how is it called, the hospital scenario.
Oh, what did you just do?
I don't remember the name. I'm missing the name of it's one of your first scenarios. Memorial. You do have a doctor that has a secret that she likes people to shit on her.
Oh yeah.
She can-
Okay.
and
No,
you
yeah.
have that one, and you have the guy that
There are some, yeah, there's
rapes
a
corpses and all that. So
necrophilia.
that
Yeah.
one, necrophilia, that one, you have a lot of.
Hold on, I've got a monster for you. I've got one. I think you guys will love this character. I was thinking about actually making an adventure around them. So the way I'm doing Death March is just World War One, and that's it.
Mhm.
But I want to expand on that to do like more 1920s sort of stuff. So I'm doing like a ton of like magazines of sorts, and like in the magazine it'd be like an extra couple classes, a couple like an adventure or two, and just like it flesh out the world a bit more. Like one of them, the idea was, have you ever seen Porco Rosso, or whatever you call it? You know that anime one where it's like in the Mediterranean and the guy's a pig and like it's like pirates in the Med. I don't know. Either way, look, I've got one for you. So transgender doctor. This is exactly who you guys need to make your next adventure about. Let me just send it to you. This guy's perfect for good. I think he's got to be the basis of any form of depraved scientist you can think of. You know what I mean? I think he's a great. I don't know. You know what? I guys should be talking about this online. This is going to get me into issue. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Look, look. This is what you guys do. Okay. I thought, you know what? If I'm going on the Red Room, I gotta join in. I gotta have fun with you guys. You know, this is what you guys do. And like, what are you guys known for the most? Men in pretty dresses. It's kind of, it works with me. It's not that bad. Anyway. But no. So what's the plans for the future, or where are you going, or what's the basic rundown? So you said haven't been having much great luck since leaving drive-through. And how long ago is that? That was about a year and a half ago. Was it 2 years?
Yeah, it was 1 year and a half, I think.
Yeah.
During some time, it was basically the same. It was stable. Now we are trying to do
The
some.
beginning of this year, which was actually there was some
Yeah.
growth, but then now it's a bit.
We had more sales. I don't know if it was a growth. We had more sales. Now we're trying to get to new audiences, to expand the audience, to have some people do reviews and maybe some advertising on channels. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, because we really need to have more people knowing about the products.
Yeah.
That's the solution.
The problem is it's so niche of a hobby. And like again, like so say someone like I like a good example would be I love Avenger stuff, but Avenger stuff is not for the mass. Avenger stuff is not for the masses. You know what I mean? Like I love Chult. I think it's one of my favorite settings that's been put out, and I love it so much. But I know it's never going to be popular though. It's never going to catch on. It's never going to have like big mainstay appeal, because again it's just too niche, sadly, which is a bit
even when some people do things that are basically D&D, but they don't sell that well as well, because there's D&D.
I thought no, what you need to do is you need to just do another BX clone and sell 1 million copies, and there you go. That's
It's easy. Yeah, it's absolutely.
That's all you got to do is just like put out another system. That's all everyone needs. Like just Kickstarter a new system, call it a flashy new name, maybe do some artwork for it, and sell sell a few million copies, and there you go, job done. I don't see what the issue is. Like, that's all you gotta do. Everyone knows this.
Shadow Dark, for example.
Yeah. Well, like I don't want to get into the whole thing, which you know what, I haven't even read it. Like I know nothing about Shadow Dark, if I be honest with you. But again, that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm at that point where one of my friends really wants to play Dragonbane. I'm like, okay, that looks kind of interesting. But like, I've already got a load of fantasy systems that I'm happy with. So I'm like, why? What makes this one better? Like, I'm really happy. I feel like I feel like I'm a competent DM when it comes to X, Y, and Z system. This is what I like to run. This is what works for me. Why not? And again, that's kind of what gets me about the whole OSR thing. It's like all of this should be more or less compatible anyway. So like, what's the big issue? Like if someone's making an adventure for this thing, why can I not plug in and play it over here? And people like, oh no, this is for a system that I don't play. It's like, that sounds like a fucking issue to you. You know what I mean? It's like I don't get it. I really don't understand it. It feels like I don't understand the market. If I be completely frank with you, not at all. I don't understand what people want at all. A lot of the time, or
I know
maybe
they don't want Ratchet. That's one thing I know. They don't really
yeah.
want. But
Well,
yeah,
because it's like
what I'm
vendors
going to do.
meet in
I
a
don't
niche.
care. Yeah,
Well,
I'll keep on doing what I want, and I don't care.
well,
If you
that's
don't want it, don't buy it.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, I'm doing something similar with the idea of how your legend system works. I'm doing something kind of similar to that, where I've mixed my sanity mechanics with role play, and I do really like the way it works. So I really like it. But again, you're kind of reliant on the players not being retards, which is kind of difficult, and I suppose that's asking a lot. But no, I like the idea and I like the concept, so I do. But again, like it's one of those ones where it's really hard. It's really hard to say. What a great surprise! I didn't know Miguel and Sylvia knew James, and I guess they are absolutely beast. Thank you, thank you. There you go. There you go. But I don't know. It feels like I've got no idea what the future holds for role playing games at all. Because if you look at like what Wizards is going for,
Yeah,
I don't get it. Like what they seem to be going. Like don't get me wrong, I play online, and I only really play online because if I want to play in person, I can play 5e, and that is it. And there's one guy that wants to play Vampire the Masquerade near me, and that is it. Like so if I want to play anything that's not 5e, I'm playing online. That's just the way it is.
yeah, we are playing online as well.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to play anything if it
Yeah.
was in person. Not just because the games aren't the ones we want, but because in Portugal most role players are pretty woke.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not playing with Americans, so
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I feel like, you know what it is. I ask myself that, but then answers its own question. I've always found this with a lot of great writers. The type of people that like books to the type of people that should like books. You know, like a good example. Do you guys know James Joyce by any chance? Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. So James Joyce, I would call him an absolute gimpozoid of the highest level. I consider him an absolute freak. Is he an amazing writer though? Is he probably one of the greatest writers of all time? Yes. But is he the type of person that you want to be reading the words of? Do you know what I mean? Like, is he someone that you should be? Oh, I would take life advice from this man. No, you don't want to take life advice from this man at all. He's a little fucking sniving, good old fucking. You know, you just want to you want to grab his head and just crush his skull. You know, and I find that's very true with a lot of writers. You know, there's a lot of people that you come across that are just like, what is wrong with you? And that's very true as well with RPGs. I find, let's be serious. Who are the type of people that are attracted to role playing games and stuff? It's like, well, you need to be a bit, let's call it flamboyant, will we? Like, you know, you need to have a flair for the dramatics. You know what I mean? And you kind of do, and it is a nerd hobby. And what are nerds? They're kind of, you know, you know what? I can put myself in that category. That's okay. I'm okay with saying that. But to be shocked whenever there's that amount of fucking wee gimpy freaks knocking about. Well, yeah, I suppose I should have realized that myself. You know, I really should have. Yeah. It adds up. It adds up. It makes sense. I don't know. I'm kind of meandering and I'm not making the best of sense. But I'm sure you guys understand what I'm.
Yeah, I sometimes I say the problem. What is the problem with the role play? The role playing
There's
games.
lots
Is
of
that the
problems.
players are all
It's
geeks
the
and
people.
nerds.
It's the
But you don't want the other ones, the
the-
theater kids. That can yeah, they're even worse.
the problem with nerd hobbies is they are filled of nerds.
Flamboyant, is gay hair everywhere. I think gays are always flamboyant.
I would say flamboyant would be more, well, you know what?
Theatrical, yeah.
Theatrical. That's what I would call it. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. Call me shocked whenever nerds are attracted to nerd hobbies and they get on like fucking wee freaks. You know, oh, how could this have happened? Oh no! But again, like, you know, what other like writers would you say is like that? Like James Joyce would be a great example. I actually I recently read for the first time Hellbound Heart. I quite enjoyed it. It's my first ever Clive Barker book. I read it about 2 months ago. I actually really enjoyed it. I was really surprised. I know you guys are really into Clive Barker. What would you guys?
Yeah.
Is there anything you would recommend?
The,
Like, what,
the
what
Books
should
of
I would
Blood.
recommend the Books of Blood. Yeah, it's
What is
better read. The Books of Blood. It's an anthology of short stories. I think it's
Because
better.
his novels are too long. It's
Yeah,
like
well, there's
yeah,
there's
each have this
the
fucking edit
Hellbound
you
Heart,
can
which
tell
is
and make the
smaller.
story smaller. Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes
Yeah,
on
it's
and
better.
on and on.
Usually horror is better in.
Yeah, I'll give that a go. So well, because I was quite surprised at how much. Because you know what, I really do enjoy Hellraiser, and it was one of those ones I was like, I should really just give the book a go. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let's just go through it. Let's see what happens. And you know what, it was actually, it was pretty good. I like this.
But he wrote the first film. He wrote the script.
Yeah.
So he adapted something that didn't work very well in the book, and he changed it for the novel.
Yeah, I
I
feel
think.
like the first Hellraiser outstanding. Second one, it was alright. It was still good. I still liked it. Third one, the cracks
Yeah,
are showing. Let's be serious. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. What did you think of the 2022 one? I actually quite like that movie. If I be honest with you, like the most recent one.
I didn't like the Cenobites were doing stupid shit. Like the door is closed. Oh my god, the demon can't pass because the door is closed.
I did appreciate the actor that they chose for Pinhead, though. I thought it was very fitting. I thought it worked very well. I don't know how much else I can talk about that at all, but I thought that was a good choice. You know,
And then I think the static from the other ones, not Pinhead, but the other ones, it looked like something more from Silent Hill or a Marilyn Manson video clip,
yeah,
and not really. So I didn't like
I agree with this. Hellraiser
Yeah.
movies got
Yeah.
worse. There's one movie among them. I
Trini
don't
Razor.
remember which was the one. There was one very weird. There's some.
There's one where he's a detective that is being, so it looks like a thriller.
Yeah, that one.
It
It's
doesn't
not,
look like a
not-
Hellraiser movie. It looks like a
could be a-
thriller.
could be a nice movie, but not an Hellraiser movie. So it seems strange. Probably they were doing something else and then turned it into an Hellraiser movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's number 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't
I
know.
couldn't tell you.
There are so many, so it's.
I mean, like I did. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
You know what? I'm not
Anyway.
even, you know what? I'm not going to talk about the other movies. Like, it's just not worth it. You know, it's like no, they were just shit. There's not even anything you can say about them. It's like, yeah, they were just bad. They weren't even fun to watch. You know.
One thing you will notice when you read a Clive Barker book is that you notice that this guy and the way he describes penis and sex scenes is like, yeah, this dude is into guys.
Again, that's a good example of the type of people that like books to the type of people that you want to, like, you know. He knows what he's talking about. Like, you know, the guy's
everything's good, but it's like, yeah,
like,
you
Clive's
know,
a freak. Like, you know, Clive's a fucking freak. You know what I mean? That's not attacking herself. So again, it's one of those ones where you kind of want it's the author needs to fit the mold of what it is that they're doing almost, and I feel like that's very true for a lot of people that are involved in like RPG books today, or for lack of a better word, freaks. I can put myself into that category. Don't you worry. I've got no problem calling myself a bit of a freak, but you do have to be a bit of a freak to get into writing RPG books. You just do. Like I feel like it's a criteria that you need. It's like, are you kind of weird? Yeah. Do you want to like normal books? Nah. Do you want to do RPG? Do you want to be the freakiest of the freaky ones? It's like, yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, okay, I'll go in here. No. What are they saying in the comments? You used to hear all these rumors that he had attitude problems and such, but he treats the fans so well. Perhaps it's only with him. I don't know. Maybe he might be P. Diddy behind the scenes. Who knows? You know.
No, I think he seems to be. I don't know. He doesn't give a lot of interviews now, and it seems that he took a step back and he just said, "I don't want to write horror books anymore. I'm going to write fantasy." He's like, "Yeah, I don't feel like writing a lot. I'm going to paint." So it feels like he does what he feels like doing and doesn't really care what will give him more money. And I kind of like that. I respect that.
Yeah, I think you hit that stage though. I think like it as well. It's like the guy's made his money. Like, you know, why does he not just focus on what he actually enjoys doing? Exactly. You know, like, you know, once you hit a certain point, it's like, well, I mean, I can just do whatever I want now. You know what I mean? I don't really need to care about this. It's like, well, you love writing books. Like, yeah, but I've written like how many? Like 50 books now. Yeah, I'm really happy with that.
The same as Stephen King.
Yeah, and
Stephen
some
King.
people are very tied to fame and they want attention and fame, and I don't think Clive Barker is like that. I think he just doesn't care. But like Stephen King is like, he really needs people's attention, at least on Twitter.
If you just look at Stephen King for 5 minutes, like, you know, there's a really good one I heard a while back. If someone looks like they fuck kids, 90% of the time they fuck kids. And if you could just put a picture up of Stephen King for 5 seconds, yeah.
I think we can make a test, because we were actually talking about something similar one of these days. Miguel, maybe you can put a picture of Carlos Cruz, and James will say what he thinks.
Yeah.
Then we'll tell you the story.
Do they look like they're up to no
Let's
good?
try that.
Do they have a free category? Do they have like a? Should someone be checking their hard drive? You know, that's a little question you need to be asking. And a lot of the time, you can just look at someone and be like, yeah. You need to be investigated today. We don't have time. Like, we need you in for questioning right this fucking minute. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, like, look, just like, you know, a good example. Look, like, go with like Jimmy Savile, for instance, for God's sake. Like, you know, you can't look at him for 5 minutes and be like, no, he seems perfectly fine. There's nothing
These guys are Jimmy Savile. He was a TV presenter, kind of. And then, really? He looks like such a nice guy.
Less exuberant, but
no, he's just really good with kids. He just really loves kids, and he loves hanging about with them. He's the same with the drag queens. Like, you know, they just love reading stories.
That's
kids. They are. There's nothing funny going on, and if you think there's something funny going on, you're just a fucking bigot. I'm sorry, but there's something all like you need to check yourself. You know.
I loved it, Jericho, and I'm very bad at shooters, but I love this game.
Oh yeah, I remember that one a few years. Yeah, I think I remember that
nice
one.
story. And it was probably very. It was probably it didn't sell a lot. Probably.
No, I think it was when that came out 2009. I think it came out. About 9, 10, 11ish, somewhere about that time period. I think it came out. But let's be serious. Most books just aren't. You know what I mean? Books don't. Look, you know what I mean? It's trying to get like a video game out of a movie's bad enough. What the fuck you're going to get out of a book? That's just not happening. You know what I mean? It's like it's not converting. It's not converting very well at all, you know, which is a bit of a shame, you know. Well, it is what it is. But again, like, you know, that's kind of what they've been trying to do for a long time. I feel like, especially with RPGs, like that's a question I like to ask a lot. What has affected more? Has RPGs affected video games, or has video games affected RPGs? You know, and it's kind of interesting when you think about it, because they're both about the same age. Like, you know, they're not that different in age. It's not like one came years and years before. You know, they're both in and around the same age category. You know,
in the beginning, I think it was more an influence from pen and paper.
Yeah.
Video games, but I think in the last years the thing changed.
And some even came full circle. If you think about Fallout,
it happened.
It was a role-playing game, obviously inspired in pen and paper, and then now you have a role-playing pen and paper inspired in computer game. So it was the full circle.
Yeah, it's interesting how that works. You know, it's strange, very strange. You know, Jericho was underappreciated, I think. Well, I never played it, so I don't.
I think Vampire Bloodlines was one of my favorite adaptations of role-playing games to a computer game.
It worked, and then they usually don't work as well as that. Even Fallout, it's a role-playing game, but it's more of a shooter lately.
Yeah, well, that's what they're trying to turn more and more into, you know. Yeah, I'm going to turn the light on because I'm turning into a fucking vampire. Because the room was bright whenever we first started recording. Oh, let me see.
Yeah, I turned my light before, but
what's that like? Is that any better, or do I have to turn?
Yes, it's a little bit.
I turned the wee lamp on.
Yeah.
Oh, so I've got news for you, right? I have discovered the ultimate way of losing weight, right? I've lost in the past month and a half, I've lost 2 stone, 3 pounds. Okay,
Do
and do
you
you
not
want to?
translate that to not UK because stones for us is
So it's like what's 2 2 stone? What's 2 stone in pounds? In pounds. Yeah, so that's I've lost about £30. So I have like that. And do you want to know the secret? Like no one's going to believe this. It's very esoteric, and you would never believe it. And the amount of people that I've tried to explain it to say, no, James, that's not possible. It doesn't work like that. You can't do that. It's called eat less and move more. And that's all you got to do. To be fair, though, I'm on a straight up African diet. I'm on like 1,000 calories a day. It's grim. It's grim. Like, I'm fucking hungry. I am so fucking hungry. It's not even funny. But again, like, it does actually work. But I've heard it so many people, like the guy that runs Chance there, he's been trying to say to me, no, James, like, that's so little calories. You can't do that. It's like the fatter you are, the longer you can go without food. Do you know what I mean? Like, see all this is like, oh, if you don't eat for 30 days, you'll die. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. Like, there was what got me interested in it actually was I was reading a story. There was a guy that there was a Scottish man, and he weighed 500 pounds, and he didn't eat for an entire year. So he didn't, and he was fine. Like, he was completely fine. They just water fasted the entire time, and it actually works. So there you go.
not UK.
I know it's very arcane, and the thing is, I've tried to explain this to people, and they say, like, you do know that, like, water fast, that's just like skipping a meal, and you have to actually eat more calories to lose more weight. It's like, no, you just need to. It's just
if you eat more calories, you're not going to lose more weight.
I'm so sick of it. I see the amount of arguments I've got in with fucking old see middle-aged women on Facebook, because I joined like a ton of different like weight loss groups online, and see like fat middle-aged women. They don't deserve to lose weight. I'll be honest with you. Like, see the amount of. It's one thing where it's like, okay, if something doesn't work for you, that's fine. If there's a certain method that you have that it's worked for you, that's more than okay. But I don't discourage other people from doing it. You know what I mean? It's very buckets and it's crabs in a bucket mentality, and that's what I've came across. Who knew that there was more than just when it comes to RPGs? I thought RPGs was like pinnacle when it came to like, crabs in a bucket. I thought there was nothing more than like RPG Twitter. It's like, you tell me that they sold 2 more books than me. It's fucking sad to watch, but it turns out it's true with weight loss as well. It's the exact same thing. It's really bad. I just feel like people just don't like to see other people do well. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't. It's like,
yeah,
you did this. Well, that makes me look bad. I don't like it whenever you make me look bad. So, all right, okay, fair enough. The little culprit is lab sweeteners and canned sugar. Yeah. Well, you know what? Honestly, I'm of the belief that it doesn't matter. Like, so I've done tons of different diets, and everyone says, oh, you need brown rice. Brown rice is fucking shit, man. I don't care. I hate brown rice. Give me white rice. I'll eat white rice all day. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones. I think you just got to pick and choose what works for you personally. Do you know what I mean? And that's really what it comes down to. Like, but there you go.
I'm having that problem. I'm eating less. I'm exercising more, but still, so I'm blaming it on my hormones. But next week I'll get the result of the analysis and my blood check, and I'll see if it's true or not.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, hormones play a huge role and all that sort of thing.
But we've cut basically all. Actually, yesterday we had rice, but almost no rice, no bread, no pasta, just vegetables. No processed foods, no sugar.
The thing is, where you live, like, healthy food is, a bit more, where I am, it's like, have you deep fried it in lard? If 90% of your diet is, can we deep fry it? British Isles cuisine is not exactly, well respected, let's just say. It's not exactly.
Yeah, I think we are very like in Portugal. And fish, we have a lot of fish.
You guys are fucking up in the dream with that sort of thing. But,
Have you been here?
what's
Have
that?
you been in Portugal?
No, I've been to Spain a few times, so I have though. Honestly, food was outstanding. Like genuinely, we stayed in Let de Mar. It's like beside Barcelona. It was really good, really good. Honestly, the seafood was outstanding. Like I really enjoyed it. So I did just for the food alone. Although the only problem was it was full of English people. Which is
Yeah.
Don't go to Algarve if you come to.
Yeah, definitely not. But yeah, in Lisbon it's the same thing.
Well, so what's your views on English tourists then? How do you find them?
They're not as bad as American tourists.
Are they not? Are they? What?
Yeah, American tourists are I think they are worse.
Well, so I used to work in a hotel, and I would get a ton of. I would sit and talk to a lot of American tourists, and they would always try to say to me, "It's like, oh, I'm Irish." It's like, "Oh, whereabouts are you from?" It's like, "No, I'm a Greek." It's like, "Oh, fuck off, fuck off." It's every time. It's like, look, okay, sure, whatever makes you feel better.
I once met an American here that was someone I talked online, and she came and she was like, "Oh, they asked me in customs where I am, and I said I'm Swedish and Italian or something like that, and they were like." Oh, stupid American. Okay, what's your nationality? Oh, I'm Irish and Italian.
I feel, you know what? Part of me feels bad for Americans. Like, there's some things Americans have so good. Like, there's certain aspects of America that is so fucking right, and then there's other things that is just so fucking wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, you guys are so close to perfection. You guys have almost like, there's some things that you have that's just so fucking good, and then other aspects is like.
But the British have something worse than the Americans. That we have more Britishers living here than Americans.
Yeah.
But you go to Algarve and it's filled of them.
Well, do you guys have pretty good tax, don't you?
For foreigners, yes. Not for the Portuguese.
Not for us.
But if you're a foreigner, oh, good, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I know. Oh, I know. You know what? I'm not going to talk about tax. I'm not going to talk about tax.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not going to talk about tax.
I don't know comparing with Ireland, but yeah. But comparing with England, I know that is worse because I had some colleagues that moved from England to here and they complained that they're paying more taxes because they are not too healthy enough to have that benefit. That
yeah.
You get it for free. What are you talking about? You get free healthcare. Obviously, you just give them all your money instead. That's just what you do. Like, think of the poor migrants. Like, you should just hand over all your money. I think. I think, and like, if you think otherwise, you're just a fucking bigot, and like that's just how it is. You're just a bigot if you think otherwise. I don't really have anything else to say about it. You guys are bigots, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Literally Hitler. Yeah.
It's all right because I'm a bigot too, but in real life, not just online.
The cards there.
What?
The physical cards.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Actually, I'll run down and grab them here. So while they're downstairs.
Yeah. You can show. I have that open. I can show the page of the Kickstarter. We have the less naughty cards. Is it being shown? Okay, because I don't see it. No, it is. Okay. Let me try to put this bigger. And of course, the thing that people need to find this so they can actually see the naughty cards.
Well, I can show the address.
I wanted to put this bigger. Yeah, but I can't.
No, it's you have already.
So what I will show you is whenever I first got a hold of the company that would produce them, originally, let me see, do I have it here? Here we go. So I got a hold of the company that would do it, and I asked them, so I would really like this box to be like gold and black, and would you believe they sent me something back that was piss yellow, which looks much to be desired. Let's just say that's terrible. So we went back to them, and I was like, no, gold, like reflective gold, and yeah, sure, let's do that. And this box looks a bit nicer, but as you can see, it's more of a mustard yellow. And I was like, no, gold,
Chinese gold.
Gold. So yeah, that was the other box. And then suddenly, oh, would you look at that?
Yeah,
Oh, reflective
That one works,
gold. There we go. Finally, after fucking how many attempts? Like I was thinking, like, do the Chinese know how what gold is? You know what I mean? It's like, like
Probably not.
shiny gold, shiny gold, and they're like, oh, mustard yellow, mustard yellow. It's like, fuck off, man. Give me the fuck. Come on. Anyway, so that's the box. That's the other side of the box. So originally it was a tin box, but we changed it to the card one just because it was the only way to get fucking reflective gold, it looks like. Although the other one is still, don't get me wrong, this box is actually quite nice, but like it doesn't feel very
Goldy.
yeah, and I wanted gold. I just like, I'm sorry, I love gold. Anyway, do you guys want to see your card then first, probably? Which one was your one? Let me see. It was there we go.
White man can't leave. Yeah.
So here we'll show now the backs of the card. Now again, I thought the cards came out perfect. Now the cards will be slightly different, and we're going to be making them a bit thicker. The lines a bit thicker, so like you can see a bit more. But I think they actually look. It kind of adds to the effect almost, where it has like more of an aged look to them. I think it looks nice, though. So it does. Again, my shitty webcam, you're not going to get the nicest pictures here. Let's be serious. But here we go. There's your cards up front. And let's see, is it going to focus? Can I get it to focus? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Shitty webcam I bought 6 years ago. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah!
Reverse, but yeah.
Ah! Okay, you know what? We'll just do this instead. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, look, I think it looks nice. It looks better in person. Trust me, guys. I know it's kind of shit here, but you guys can see the photos.
Yeah, we saw the photos.
The actual photos.
But that was I was telling again that people need to buy it so it gets funded. You can actually see the triggering cards.
Yes, yeah, and again, like what's like, let me see. You know what, neurodivergent. That's a quite funny one.
Yeah.
If you guys can see this one again, just ignore them scars there. I don't know what them scars are. That means absolutely nothing. Can you guys get this up on screen at all? Are you guys able to get it, or will I send an image?
Yeah, you can have you can have the photos, but you have the page I was sharing the page from Kickstarter.
Finish promo. Here we go.
So I show all of them.
I can send you that one, the digital rendition, if you want to leave that one out. I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm going to show that one. Okay. Sure.
Again, that one was Job, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of. I think it's great. Let me get the digital renders. There we go. They're only going to let me send one at a time. Oh, come on, Twitter. That's not very.
Here. Yeah.
That's not very nice of you. That's my one. The slice. I'm forever dealing with that. Like, you see, when it comes to like people online, you know what? I'm of the political belief that anything should just come naturally. Like, see, when people ask you, it's like, wait, how did you know that? I just did. I didn't. No, but how did you guard that? It's like, I just did. It just made sense. You know what I mean? I feel like that's all you kind of need when it comes to a lot of stuff. What ones do we have left to go? Oh, that one, the Hands Are Hover. I quite like that one from Diversity and Dragons. That one's not bad. Dungeons.
I also like the Ginger Hair.
Yeah, Ginger. That one's by Grim Jim, so it is. Thingy did that one. Eat the Lich from Mad Scribe. Thingy. Now we did lose our original artist over that card, the Your Best Life, which was always fun, which added a good few months on the project. You know what? That was one of the things that just took forever, though. You know what I mean? It was like getting everything ready. I really wanted everything to like go smoothly. Like, it's something about Kickstarters and like, see, crowdfunders, they give me the fucking willies. Because like, they are the best way to raise money, and they are the best way to do it, I find, because again, you can get everything set up, you can get everything good to go, but there's so much like stress involved with them, to the point of it's like, fuck, what happens if this doesn't come out well, or if I fuck this up in some way, shape, or form? I'm kind of done. You know what I mean? If you fuck up a crowdfunder, people will remember that. You know, it's clear suicide when it comes to anything RPG related. You know, so. But again, one of those ones. Tell you this, if I didn't go through everything, I would have been stuck with this horrible piss yellow box. And then another worst thing is they kept the fucking rest of it silver. Fuck me, man. Yeah, I want the whole box to be this. Like piss yellow. It's like no, I don't want a fucking piss yellow, man. I just want a fucking just give me a fucking box, please, for the God. But again, one of those ones. We got there in the end, and I'm really happy with how it looks. And yeah, you know what? I might show you some of the concept art that Tarmel sent me the other day. Let me see. So we've got Death is Problematic and so many spiders. So I can send you these ones. So that's a little bit of behind the scenes, if it were. There's the other one. Let's know if they work or if I need to actually save the images or not. Oh, fuck off! They're still talking. They're still talking about that. The one from One Direction. So they are. Megan thought it would be really funny to start a rumor.
I don't even know
me being
this guy Liam.
Megan thought it was very funny, being like, "Oh, you know what? James is a massive One Direction fan. He's very calm about it all. He's very upset. You know, you guys need to be careful because like, he's very upset about it. It's like, thanks."
Oh, is that the guy that fell from a window or something?
Yeah, yeah, the pop star fella, you know. So, But Megan did make a fake. What did she make? Let me see if I can get it here. I'll send you. There you go. But yeah, so where?
Oh yeah, I had a friend doing a joke at lunch. I didn't get it yet. Oh my God, dying! She's Brazilian, so imagine dying in Argentina. That can be worse than that.
You poor thing. You poor thing. You know what? Oh no, I can't joke. No, I can't. Anyway. So where do you guys want to go? Is there anything news topical? Is there anything you guys want to talk about, or is there anything like current events?
Current events. Oh, I don't know. Is there something besides what we were talking about yesterday?
Yesterday we talked about that stupid list, so I don't think we want to talk about it again. The gamers for Harris.
Yeah. We've talked about
gamers it. Oh, what is it?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
I haven't even looked at it. I'm at the point where I almost avoid a lot of this stuff now. It's kind of like. Because I used to play 5e, and I used to actually quite enjoy 5e a few years ago. And I'm at the point where if I see anything about wizards, I'm like, yeah, I'm just not reading that because I just don't want them living rent free in my head anymore. Like I just don't want anything to do with that. That's just not me. Like I'm free. I'm free from this stress and turmoil because I just don't pay attention to it anymore. I just try to avoid it, if I be honest with you. See, I don't know how you guys can hack it. You guys are the same as Garbo. You guys go fighting. Like there's something in you that you're like, yeah, it's fucking yeah. let's get into like pissing matches with strangers on the. I'm like, oh my God, man, I don't have the energy for that. Like that. See, even the thought of that gives me fucking.
Well, I just normally throw, but then I don't have energy for fighting. I'll just want to say, just go fuck yourself. I have more things to do. I'm not gonna stay, and that's the problem with nerds because nerds always want to have the last words.
Yeah, they do.
I don't have patience for that. Like, fuck you, I have a life. Bye.
Yeah, people will.
I feel like you gotta. No, I can't. No, I can't talk about it. I can't talk. See, that's the problem. See, this is why I don't really do live streams all that much because I can't edit it. And see them like if I'm doing a video, it means like I can pretty much do or say whatever I want. I'm like, yeah, that joke's not going in. Yeah, that's getting cut. Yeah, I can cut that out. That's getting bleeped. That's going. And then it kind of works for me. But then whenever you do like a live stream, and especially when it's not your channel or it's like not your thing, it's like, oh shit, I have to be on like good behavior, don't I? I can't say things. I can't do this. That's gonna get you in trouble, and I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, Matthew's right. There's no point even acknowledging them at this point. But it's kind of surprising how they're still going so strong. I'm convinced it's like a money laundering operation, because how can a company that has so many people and so many people involved be consistently pumping out so much shit and it all be in such bad quality? Like, it's kind of amazing that you can have that. Like, there's no way they're making money from that. It's just too bad. Like, it just doesn't. It does not up. Does not up one bit to me. They must be fudging the number. It has to be a tax write off the whole thing.
Did you purchase any of those supplements for D&D for fifth edition? Those the Radiant Citadel and
So I did buy the last Wizards book I bought was Tasha's Cauldron, and the last like written adventure that I played was Rime of the Frost Maiden. And I will say, actually, I really enjoyed Rime of the Frost Maiden. I actually thought that was quite a fun adventure, although I had a really good DM, and I don't know how much of it he was playing straight from the book or not, so I couldn't really tell you. But I did enjoy that. But yeah, it hasn't been good. It hasn't been really, but like honestly, we haven't recovered from COVID. You know what I mean? Like I think it really started going downhill about the time that they started. They rewrote? Was it Strahd? I think they did like a 2019 version.
Curse of Strahd.
I think it was about then.
Yeah, that became very popular.
And again, like it's one of those ones. Like I've been getting really into Dark Sun, so I have, and I've started reading the Dark Sun books. And it's one of those ones where I'm actually really happy that it's so problematic, because you just know Wizards ain't touching that shit. You know what I mean? They're not going to be able to make it gay and boring. You know, I'm amazed at how they can just keep making shit gay and boring. Like it doesn't add up. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. You know, I think Wizards honestly thinks Reddit and Twitter are real life, and they go to suffer in the next year. Yeah, they will. They will. But look, think of like. Game of Thrones did that, where I feel like Game of Thrones, the last like season or two, it was like, right, let's lead some fan theories on Reddit and make that the end of the show. Does that sound like a good idea? Let's do that. And I feel like a lot of companies do that. Disney's wild for that. Like, Disney's really bad. Like, it's kind of sad. It's really sad where it is now.
Everything they do is a shit show. And
yeah,
I really don't care. People care about Star Wars and all that. I don't care. I haven't cared about that for a long time. I really do not care.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want. Destroy it, whatever. They can destroy whatever. Indiana Jones, destroy it. I don't care. That's been bad for a long time.
You know what? Actually, I showed my son Ozzy. I showed him in Temple of Doom. The food scene with like the snakes and the eyeballs and stuff. And he's obsessed with eyeball soup. Like, so anytime he's like off and he's like pretending he's like working on a restaurant, and it's like, okay, what can you make it? Daddy would really like some steak, eggs, and chips. That's what Daddy would really love. He's like, okay, and he turns around and smiles at you. He's like, okay, and he comes back and he like pretends to have his wee plate and he goes, eyeball soup. And he thinks it's the funniest thing ever, and it's like, no, I don't want eyeballs. No eyeballs. And he's like, you want eyeball soup? He thinks it's the funniest thing ever. And you know what we did actually? So I was in Prague not that long ago, and I saw there was these like wee jelly sweets, and they were like eyeballs. Oh, let me see if I can find you them. So jelly sweet eyeballs. So I brought him back a load of these. I'll just send the link here, so and I got him these, and we got him, like red jelly. So we did, and we did it up for him. It's like, we got a surprise for you, like something for after dinner. And we set it down in front of him, and you should have seen his face. He was fucking mortified. Like he was like, eyeballs. I was like, yeah, eyeball soup. Do you not want that? It's tasty. I picked one up and I ate it, and he was he was actually mortified. I had it on the spin. It's like, here you go. And the thing is, he ate the jelly, no sweat. Because we're like, yeah, it's bloody eyeball soup. He ate the jelly though, which I'm kind of surprised about. I'll give it to him, but he wouldn't touch the eyeballs. So he wouldn't. Yeah, I'll put the link into the thingy chat so you guys can get an idea of what I got him. Like, they're like wee sweetie eyeballs, But I thought that was fun. So like, So if you're gonna have kids, you may as well torture them. That's the only way you can do it. So either way, that's my only story about Indiana Jones that I have recently.
Okay, let's do some publicity to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was good. Like he loved it, so he did. Well, I don't know if he did or not. He liked the idea.
My nieces, at least one of them, loves Halloween. So my sister, because she likes horror stuff, so my sister always does. Although we don't really celebrate Halloween here, of course now we do, but she always does a party, and she also does always these gross sweets, and they love it because because they love creepy stuff. So it's like, yeah, awful.
Kids love that sort of stuff, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always loved Halloween. Like, Halloween's a great holiday. It's one of the fun ones. Although I will say, so he's too young to watch anything like actually kind of scary. There's nothing he can watch that's like, it's gonna like, So at the minute, I'm watching Nightmare Before Christmas about 3 times a day. At the minute, which is. Yeah, if you watch any movie 3 times a day, it's not really that fun anymore. I had
that, well, not 3 times, but I remember there was a film that I really liked when I was a kid. It was a Disney film, but with people. And I was trying to figure out how, I don't remember the name. I was looking for it some time ago, but it was a VHS that was almost even a bit ruined because I watched it so many times. And then my sister is 7 years younger than me. And sometimes 7 years later, or not that, like 9 years later, she started to want to watch the movie all the time, and I was like, oh my god, this film is awful, I don't want to watch it anymore. And my mom was like, yeah, you are the one suffering now, big sister.
Yes. Yeah. I honestly have no idea how kids like see the idea of watching. I can't even watch the same movie like within a year. I don't even care if it's like my favorite movie ever. I'm not watching that. And like once a year is like tops that I can imagine. But like kids, it's like, yeah, I can watch this like on repeat all day, every day. It's like, Jesus Christ, please make it stop, make the pain go away, But
it may be something to do with how their brains are developing, because they get fixated on the same thing over and over again.
Although to be fair, I'm actually quite bad with that with RPG books. I've gone the same adventures multiple times, quite a few times. However, I will say that may be me out of being lazy because I've already got it all set up on Roll20 and I've read over the book and I know what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those ones like if I haven't prepped for the day, I'm like, well, we're just going to run this instead. I honestly, what you guys should check out? If you guys check out Lamentations, Death Costume. I love that's probably my favorite adventure ever done. Like,
I don't think I have that one. I have some, but I don't have that one.
I honestly think that's one of my favorite adventures. So it is by a big margin. It's really good. So it is. And you know what? Again, look, you know what? Well, let's go on to it. I was talking earlier about the type of people that like RPG books and stuff. Let's be serious. I love James to bits, right? James Laggy, I really do enjoy him. I think he's a great guy. But fuck me, is he hard to work with? Like fuck. Like you say things to him and he's like, no, I do things this way. It's like, James, you're fucking insane, man. Can you see the idea of like taking like the way he does it, where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take out loans to get my books printed and then sell them. I'm like, how do you do this? How do you sleep at night? How do you like that? See the idea of doing that? That's like that gives me anxiety just thinking that he lives like that. Is there any wonder why James has mental issues? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, is there any wonder why he's like fucking like he's suffering? Like living like that? There's no way to live. I couldn't do that. And I'm a big fan of the guy, but fuck, is he? He's something else. He's definitely a character. Let's just say, he's definitely a character. That's anything I could put on it. But where do you guys want to go? Will we wrap up, or is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
I think we can wrap up. Yes, it's getting close to dinner time.
Yeah.
Who do you want to laugh at?
You don't eat anymore, right?
Oh, right. So who else involved in the project that we can laugh at? So
well, we have Lord Matthews here in the chat.
Lord Matthews.
I don't think anyone.
I don't think there's anything else I can't really say about Matthew. He's actually dead on. I'm actually very fond of Matthew, so there's not much I can really stop at him. So we got Tarmel, our artist, and he is an oppressor of the highest value. He is a white South African, so
That's
But
problematic.
but
Yeah.
he does have children. So by buying this deck, by backing the deck and picking up a copy, you are in fact helping to feed
Mhm.
African children. Are they starving? I don't think they are. I don't think they're starving at all. Actually, you know what, Termal? I'd be very concerned if they were starving. But by this deck, you are helping to feed African children.
Yes,
You
exactly.
know, if you got that going. We got Paddy, fake Irish. We've got who else we have? We've got Garblu,
We get tons of people. Let me
disabled,
get the link.
disabled veteran. We have Florida Bimmer, edgy Bimmer. We have Diversity in Dragons. There's not much I can really say about actually, I quite like Diversity in Dragons. There's not. I can't think of anything good. Bar Lush Limbaugh wannabe. We got Hood Forge. I don't really know Hood Forge. Harmony Ginger. False Prophet. There we go. That's what we can say. We got Mad Scribe. Boomer. We got Avenger. Edgy Boomer. And we got Chancellor Games. Who doesn't know a thing about selling anything online but happens to
Yes.
There we go. Okay, that's my spiel of who we've got working all in the project. So there you guys go. I don't know. Oh, and then we got T-shirt historian, but he's on a stretch goal, and I can tell you right now, we ain't hitting them stretch goals, guys.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know. I don't think
We're
we're
not gonna
hitting
get
stretch
there. Yeah.
goals. I was, you know
Unless
what?
you guys start backing.
Who else was on a stretch goal? Besides?
Who is?
Griffiths.
Yeah, he's on a stretch goal. T-shirt, Claude Forge, he's on a stretch goal. Harmony Ginger.
It's in a stretch goal.
I think Venger is as well. Venger's stretch goal.
Yeah, he's a stretch goal.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of those ones. We'll just see how it turns out. Like, you know, well, you know what? I'll just bully Tarmel. You know, like it wouldn't be the first time. Like, you know, Europeans would be enslaving Africans. You know, to do their bidding. So, like, you know, we'll just make some. We'll just set them to work. You know what I mean? Send them back to the mines. And hopefully Tarmel will come back for some lovely artwork because that's really what comes down to. It's mostly fucking artwork, you know.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, you know what? Before we end, this is something that really fucking annoys me. Whenever people see the amount of people that complain about AI art, it's one of those ones where my view on it is, if you make under 20,000 a year doing AI, doing RPG books, you should be fucking encouraged to use AI art. Let's be serious. That's my view on it. And you know, if you're making between anywhere between let's say about 30,000 plus a year, then it's okay, well maybe you know, start getting actual art. But see if you're wizards or someone really big like that, and you're fucking see if you're making fucking hundreds of thousands a month, and you fucking get it sorted. Fucking sort yourself out. You know what I mean? I don't know. Can we not gleed it on a curve? Is that not okay? You know, that's my view on it. You know, I think it should be gleeded on a curve. You know, and let's be serious.
I agree with you. We are not making near that amount. So.
Yeah, but you know, that's my view on it when it comes to AI art. You know, it's do people get hung up on it very easily? Yes. My biggest problem is as well, my biggest bottleneck is fucking art. And Tarmal, I know you're watching. You fucking bottlenecked my books long enough, okay? Fucking get the work done this time, okay? Fucking Africans, man. You can't expect them to get any work done, you know?
Yeah.
That's a deal with artists as well.
But we have, so considering the size of our publisher, we actually use art when we want. And sometimes you're not going to get money back on it. We use it because we want to.
Never do.
Yes, but it's really annoying. You are using AI. Well, fuck you. Look at these covers. Do you want to know how much I paid for art? Do you want to know how much I make? So fuck you.
That's the problem. When we buy a cover, and that book would probably never sell enough to pay for the cover. So,
it hurts my very soul. You know what? So I did one. Actually, I'll go ahead and I'll show it. So I'll send you it here. So I did an adventure called The Bastard Princess. So I did, right? And it's for my own system. Now, my own system has no reason to exist as a system because, let's be serious, there's more than enough generic fantasy RPG systems out there. So why
I remember this.
But why have I made it? Because I've become uncancelable. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not making stuff for fucking old school essentials or Dungeon Call Classic or Dark Sun or whatever, because I can't trust them be like, oh, we don't want any association with this harmful bigot. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we're gonna do away with you. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna make my own stuff then. Like, that's the way how you gotta go about it. So what I did was, I wanted this adventure to be free, and I wanted it to be like, this is a taste. This is what to expect. This is what I want to expect from other adventures going forward. So it's free. And I wanted to, so I've tried to do a bit of a test. So I'm like, okay, the PDF's free. You can pay for the physical version. But what I've done is I am charging for the PDF for an art-free version. And all the money that is brought in from people buying the art-free version will be used to hire an actual artist, and we'll get the actual art done. Guess how many people bought it?
Mm-hmm.
Zero. No one at all. No one at all. Would you be surprised? Because it's free. You know what I mean? It's like, but the people that fucking are that the people most vocal about AI art, they never seem to be the ones that actually have any fucking money. You know what I mean? It's like, oh god.
Yeah.
I don't know. It annoys me, the whole thing with AI art. It don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know. I just consider it a tool. Like, put away this, not all my stuff, like, but like, it depends on what I'm working on. Like, like, yourself, when you're working on a certain book, whether or not is this going to sell. Probably not. There's not going to be. This is a very niche product. It's not going to get many sales. I know I'm not going to get the biggest return on it. Let's fill it with, let's sink more money into it, even in the hope that I'm like, oh my god, it hurts my fucking soul. You know what I mean? But again, it's one of those ones where people are so hung up on it. It's almost dangerous to go for any AI art now. You know what I mean? It puts so many people off to the point of, it's like, is this even worth being anymore? I don't know.
At the moment, I don't even care because, well, we are cancelled everywhere. So
yeah, it's like, well, it is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? Like, this is just what we're gonna.
And I don't think there's a way to come back from that. We've already used AI, so we are cancelled for that as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Lord Matthews is saying, I tried that when I was,
Some stuff.
No. The people would like to say, pay the artist, and that. Okay, so give me some money and I'll pay the artist.
No, you have to pay the artist, not me.
Yeah, you pay the artist.
The best one I came across was as well. So the people that are most uppity about AI art. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some real big fundamental issues with AI art. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to get into that. I know there's going to be people like, but James, it takes the soul out of it. It's like, well, you know what? See, if you go to an artist and ask them to produce you something, is that soulful or is it a product? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've went to them and you've asked them, okay, this is what I need. Can you make that for me? It's like, yeah, okay, I can make that for you. It's like, well, is that really art then? Is it a product? You know what I mean? Is furry art? Is it coming from the soul? It's such a bullshit metaphorical artsy question.
We have something, because here we normally use the word illustrations and not art. Yeah. So art, drawing is
art is with a capital A.
Capital A. So it's like not all films are cinema.
Yeah.
Some are just entertaining.
Yeah.
Not all books are literature. So not all drawings are art. So they don't need to have a soul. They just need to feel a purpose.
Yeah, they don't have any soul. People do the same thing. They just copy each other. So it's just.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It's like, it's one of those ones that fucking just boils my piss. So it does, like, see the whole, and I don't think I'm ever going to avoid this. I just see the argument all day, every day, everywhere, and it's like, please, I'm so done with it. I want to talk about something else, guys. I really would love to talk about something else. Like, I'm at the point where I don't even really talk about RPGs on Twitter anymore. I just got no interest with. Are you telling me that you don't do X, Y, and Z? No. You know what it is? It's purity tests almost, I feel like. With fucking nerds with purity tests. Like, well, you're not a real nerd like me. It's like, well, I'm happy that I'm not. You know what?
Keep your purity. Yeah.
You know what? am happy that I'm not like you, and it's like, no, you're, did you not know that I was like, I sucked off Gygax in like a bathroom stall in like 1973? It's like, okay, okay, I'm sure you did. That's what it feels like though with some of these fucking guys. And it's like, oh my god, I really don't care. I'm just, I don't know. Like I have fun. And that's really what it comes down to. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I do. Like, that's the problem that I've got is like I'm more like even when it comes to YouTube, I would say I'm far more on like the entertainment end of the spectrum than like writing. Like I do enjoy writing and I do it, but it's not like the main thing that I do online when it comes to RPG stuff. I just like talking about it, and that's kind of where I would be. But again, I'm kind of moving further and further away from that and just doing more faceless online stores where I get called a slumpy or whatever. It's like, you're not American, And I was like, what? Okay, well, you got that right, Grace. I was surprised by that. It's like, okay, thanks, man. Anyway, look, that's me anyway. Look, well, I love yous and leave yous then, or what do you want to do? Is there anyone any questions in the chat that we've missed out on?
Well, if someone has some questions, do it now, or we'll just kick you out of here.
Forever.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, before we leave, again, this is again. Where? Okay, this is the link if you want to get.
I'm gonna trigger the limbs.
Triggers.
I'm gonna get triggered. Oh, that's what I feel like sometimes. Like, we're gonna trigger the limb towards me. I kind of wish we could.
It would be interesting to trigger people with this.
I kind of wish.
Events and game stores and all that.
I feel like I kind of wish I put Ben Shapiro's face on the front of this instead, and really made it really memed it up, but like. Fuck it. Anyway, look, you know what? It's a very niche product, but again, at the same time, it's a one-off product. You're not going to be able to get it any other time. And I think it's kind of fun, and I can guarantee you for a fucking fact, you're never going to get these people working together ever again. Ever again. So if you want the ultimate one-off product where you will never see these people working together again, I can tell you that for a fucking fact.
Some of them.
Not all of them. Yeah, not all of them in the same group.
Not everybody hates each other, but for example, Lord Matthews is.
Yeah,
we're still friends. So.
Yeah, we're still friends.
There are some people there that probably.
Yeah, probably not. No, probably not. Yeah. Let's see.
Thank you for joining us, James. It was fun.
Not to worry.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. The problem that I've got is it's because I do the skill guns now. So like I'm up at like 7 o'clock. So like I used to. So before I had a child, I was like living the neat life, where I would just like wake up and sleep whenever. Like I was bad. Like I was like semi-nocturnal. Do you know what I mean? Well, it was quite worse than that. Like, so you would like wake up like 4, go to sleep at maybe fucking like maybe 7 in the morning, and then like you'd wake up. It was one of those ones that it's kind of like I went into like not a nocturnal state, but again at the same time it's like the idea of breakfast, lunch, and dinner just doesn't work. It's like you eat when you're hungry type of thing. You sleep when you're tired. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of where I went. So I feel like I'm a proper adult now, where I have to get up in the morning and I do stuff. You know what I mean? I have to actually like, I have to be proper. I was trying to explain. There was one of the mums I was talking to when I was leaving Aussie into school. And I don't think she just didn't. I don't know. She didn't understand what the fuck I was saying to her at all. Anyway, look, sorry, but yeah, what I'm trying to say is I have a terrible time staying up and see when any of the Americans ask me, is like, yo, James, do you want to come on this podcast? Like, what time is it? 2 a.m. I'm not going to be very entertaining at 2 a.m. I'm sorry. I'm going to.
That's the same with us. We've been in my when we were in inappropriate characters at the end. My brain it was like stopping. It's like Sylvia's shutting down.
Yeah, especially for this kind of thing. If you were just in a bar and talking to people, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
Looking at the screen, it's no.
Yeah.
Our brain just melts.
Someone asks you something, it's like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
For me, I think it's even worse because English is not our
I couldn't do it.
Oh,
No.
it's like see.
I try to explain to people I can just about do English. What the fuck do you think I can do with anything else? It's like people have a hard enough time understanding me when I'm speaking English, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not cut out for language, okay, guys? Yeah, it's just not something that I'm ever going to achieve. Okay, you know, it's not on my to-dos. But no, it looks like we don't have any questions for the day.
No, apparently
No.
not.
No one's interested.
They are back to work now.
Back to
probably.
work, back to the sleeve pits, you know. But no, I think that's where we'll wrap up then. Yeah, sound like a plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for showing up and entertaining
Yeah.
everybody here.
Again, everyone, just give me your shekels, okay? And this is very important. You need to. No, actually, I'm not going to do that. I was going to get my bank card that's sitting here. I was going to be like, now if you guys could just send me this in the money to this account. Yeah, here's a floating back of my business card. Yeah, no. I was like, yeah, that would be a funny joke. I was like, yeah, that's not a good idea. That's not a very good idea. You shouldn't do that. Yeah, see, that's the problem I've got. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a funny thing to do. It's like, yeah, you fucking stop. You know. Anyway, look, I think we'll wrap up anyway before I start talking anymore. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So we are just to end this. We are going to do more streams, and they will be on Thursdays, but not at this hour. A little bit later. So if you come
Probably
back,
after dinner. Yes.
yeah, you'll try after dinner. Again, James, thanks for coming and talking about the project.
And let's hope, fingers crossed, that it will get funded.
The link is on the chat as well. So if you want, if you don't want to just type the thing, you can just go to the chat and find there's a link. And that's it for now.